All right, welcome to Ripkin's blog. So, it looks like now the Immigration Minister, Kenney, wants to institute new rules, new guidelines for would-be Canadians. He says that Canadians, or at least would-be Canadians, should know not so much about history, but they should know, and in this order, things about the NHL, the CFL, and curling. Now, let it be noted that Mr. Jason Kenney has a physique much more suited to curling than to either the NHL or the CFL. And although I'm not a fan of the Conservative government, I think we all know that, I do applaud this move, and I'll tell you why. Because more Canadians do know more about hockey than they do about our history. More people know about the Gretzky trade than they do about free trade. Sure, we burned down the White House. Laura Secord was not only a traitor who helped Canada, she also sold chocolates. Vimy Ridge, we took that. Pierre Elliott Trudeau begged Barbara Streisand. Important seminal historical moments, but really as important as hockey, football, and curling? I don't think so. Remember when this Canadian woman was stranded in Kenya for about a month because the border guard there didn't believe she was Canadian? Imagine if she just told him a few things about the NHL or about the CFL or about curling to prove her citizenship. No, Joe Thornton isn't tough enough to lead the Sharks to a Stanley Cup championship. Yes, I know Randy Furby's the skip, but Dave Nedwin throws last rocks. Yes, Ricky Williams played in the CFL, but only because the marijuana laws are a lot less harsh here in Canada. Talk about Canadian identity abroad. No more having to carry a Tim Hortons mug on your backpack. Although that'd be a good question, eh? What team did Tim Horton play for? I do have a problem with the CFL component, though. Even I wouldn't know, and I'm a big fan, even I wouldn't know that Stefan LaForge is now a waiter at Applebee's wearing frippery. I wouldn't have known that Michael Bishop scored less on his SATs than Vince Young. And I'm a big fan. But it sure would test the motivation of someone wanting to become a Canadian citizen. Eh? Talk about perseverance and stick-to-itiveness. Imagine someone from Ethiopia having to pore over CFL record books just to become a Canadian citizen, you know, to answer trivia questions like who had the biggest head in the CFL. Answer Russ Jackson, as big as a helmet. Just don't learn too much. If I'm a border guard, I'd be a little bit worried if someone knew too much about the CFL. Imagine two guys sitting around in a refugee camp somewhere in Africa. They're dying to get into Canada. They've got the money, they got the means, they want to get in there studying. They're looking at this thing, they're going, huh? You mean they've only got 8 teams and 2 of them are called the Rough Riders? Ugh, pass me the rice. I'd rather stay here. And maybe that's the plan of our great Conservative government, to keep new Canadians out. Now that sounds more like them.